Very true.
We have done that to the National Museum.
Yeah.
So next week President is going to open or launch.
And it's looking good. Congratulations.
On Friday, we'll invite you all to come and help us launch the new museum. I understand this is the first time it's had renovation after independence,
yes.
1958.
Yes.
Wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Kwame Nkrumah Park has been closed down.
Yes.
To renovate or give it a facelift, just like we've done to the museum again, so we can increase visitors and then give the first president of the land the befitting character. And so let people know the good intent behind the closure. Q1 next year, everything going well, we should be back.
Okay, so the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is going to open in Q1 2023.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And we are looking at not making, repeating what we've seen over the years. What about making the museum a hub for maybe restaurant, recreational, some trees where if you are tensed in town, some your check didn't go through in the afternoon, there is a place that you can go and sit while I wait the time. You know, we lack some of those things in the capital.
We don't have parks, that's the thing. We don't have parks at all.
Yes.
We don't have
so
parks.
We want to embellish the museum with some of these
that
things.
will be fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Occasionally, JIPC does road shows. The concept is that they go around the world and sell the sellable concepts in Ghana to the other parts of the world. And so this time they chose to sell the creative side to the world. So we were invited. Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture was invited. The good side is that they went to engage the team of Tyler Perry to consider Ghana in their next action in case they want to build any other studio. And so, because no minister went, Tyler too, in hierarchy, that's how it works.
Exactly.
The CEO will want to meet the minister. My minister was not available. I think the business development manager or something met the team. Because of that conversation, she's actually coming to Ghana next month.
Oh, great.
Yes. We are pitching.
Okay.
We are pitching to the Tyler Perry team or Team Tyler Perry to consider Ghana if they have to build a studio outside USA.
Okay.
So that is the conversation for now. For me, my interest is not just when they die, but when they are alive.
Yeah.
We must go to them and tap knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I am privileged. Most of the veterans in the music industry, I met most of them from what's his name, Kwesipi's dad, Ejeku, to his boss Yamoes.
Yes.
Master Kwabena Kwabwa, almost Alex Kunedu. I met all of them. I engaged them. We spoke. Tommy Redu, even the Osei Kofi, all of them. And so you could tell that my strength in music, I got it from some of those people. Because my foundation was good.
Yeah.
A lot of the young ones do not have that. And it's not late. Wrinkle is not a curse. Wrinkle is wisdom.
True.
We tend to think that, these old people. If those old people, you call them today and they put a band together and they play, you run away.
True.
What they can play, you cannot.
True.
They have these secrets that you must go and adapt some for your own future.
That's the hardcore rapper, street rapper. The street rappers don't care about anything. They just give you the bars. Like for instance, you see, let me give a certain freestyle. You understand where I'm coming from. Even now, somebody try sound a little bit corporate.
Yeah.
Like Berman me fra crab a bobra. Me di nina sushi bi. Nyaka so me de majwa. Mensu am ye fumu DB. Get we na no bagay ase long boot. Ope misika you know one cook. Me mama tie kra tete akokono. Ope misika akokra goose. Or everything will point somebody.
Yeah.
So that made me pause the real rap a little, because I realized when I opened my mouth, the lyrical ability tears too much.
Yeah.
And it wasn't planned to insult. It was just a rap, freestyle, underground or street boy.
That's how you feel naturally.
Had access to a big act on the song. I just delivered. And this whole concept wasn't like somebody forced me to come out with certain lines.
There was something on Twitter some time back where Medical was going after you on Twitter or something like that. What's the truth to that?
It's not even possible. I mean, it was just, I came back and we had talked about publicity stunts. So that's about
So
it.
that was a publicity stunt.
We can never have an issue. Like, we talk more than 1 million times in a month. There's no way we can have an issue. Anything that comes up can be solved. And anything cannot come up.
But was there an issue?
No. There wasn't. There cannot be, because the relationship we have, like, I understand what he's doing. That he has this free space to do what he wants to do. So how can there be an issue? I can't see me and Medical having an issue.
So that was a stunt.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, more than 100%.
Plotted by who?
We talked. Him and I talked about it.
Okay.
It was going to be a different thing altogether. It was going to be that those tweets were supposed to come at the time where I posted a picture, but
Okay.
I think he slept. So when he woke up, I had changed my mind, but he didn't know. So when I saw the tweet, we talked. I'm like, no, we're not doing this again, because it should have came. The tweets were supposed to be out before the pictures.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the next day the song comes, but the timing.
But did it still achieve the results?
It did. That's why you're talking about it right now. And publicity is expensive. No, people got to.
Yeah.
We pay. They pay for it. You actually pay people to create these things for you. But Ghana, like, we know too much. So why for do so? But this guy, he passed this level. No, you're lying. Even the Nicki Minaj, the Beyonce, the Jay-Z's, they pay for these things. They call paparazzis on themselves and act like they don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? And these things, they pay these people for this. So, like, the other time I was talking to the Don about the recent man that wanted to kill the daughter or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I was telling him the emphasis should be on the fact that there's nothing like Sikidru, because if the emphasis is not on it, then we would always have a victim. We would always have somebody that believes, say, oh, yes, Sikidru no Nudinyaska, so it's also okay for me to try it.
So you believe there's no Sikidru?
No, there's nothing like that. But what I'm saying is,
there's no juju.
No. It doesn't.
Money.
There's nothing like that. It's anyhow, forget it.
So what?
But what I'm saying, but let me just focus on what I'm saying for a minute.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if we address the juju man, blah blah blah, whether he has something to do with it, and we address the man, blah blah blah, and we don't focus on the fact that there's nothing like that, then it means that this is gonna pass. We're gonna find somebody else that's going to be, that's going to want to do something like that. And that's also on the album. There are certain things I think I need to educate the people that's coming after us, like the new generation.
Okay.
They have their own perceptions. And
Okay.
I have never really addressed a lot of issues, because I felt like over time people will get to know the real you.
Okay.
But then at the end of the day, you realize that there were people send me message, boss, with me, I won't make come with me, I make ready for whatever. What is whatever?
At first, I didn't want to talk about it. But you see, I have a lot of fans all over the world who have been with me for so many years, who have been supporting me, excuse me, since I started my journey as an entertainer, as an actor since 2005. And, I have a lot of fans all over the world who have been supporting me, praying for me. They watch my films, they support my career, and I'm very grateful to these fans. I'm very thankful to them. And I noticed that a lot of them are concerned, they're concerned about my life. They want to be sure that everything is okay. They're concerned, they're asking why I did it. And when you have, this much love coming from people all over the world, a lot of fans, of course, which I appreciate, and I thank each and every one of you. Excuse me. I feel it's necessary to also, yes, it's my private life, but I feel it's necessary to also bring you into it a little bit. A little bit. I think the fans deserve to know, first of all, that I'm fine, that my family's fine, and partly also why I took my decision of marrying of mine, a second wife. So I decided to say why today. I used to hear from so many people that a man cannot love two women at the same time. Yeah. I've heard it, I've heard it a couple of times that a man cannot love two women at the same time. And I'm one of those people who believed it, before. And I know a lot of people still believe it as well, that a man cannot love two women. I used to believe it as well until, until it happened to me. And I realized that never say never. And, no matter how old you are in this world, we're all young, we're still learning. Things can happen, and then you learn from certain things. At this point in my life, I can tell you that, this is my opinion, all right? I'm entitled to my opinion. My opinion may be wrong to you, but it's my opinion. At this point in my life, at this stage, I think it's possible for a man to actually love two women. I think it's possible. And for me, I think it's possible because two women can be in your life and then they bring two different things to the table. All right. They reason in different ways. They, contribute differently to your life. They contribute differently to your life. And you just realize that that's just the way it is. Someone can come into your life and then, the person makes so much impact in your life, and you just don't want to let this person go, or you just can't let this person go. Of course, a lot of people will say, as a married man, why would you allow another woman to come into your life and all that? Yes, we can say it's wrong. I take the blame for that. You can say it's wrong. I take the blame. But these things happen. Let's just be honest. These things happen.
The other part to bear in mind here is nothing changed. The op-ed didn't even mention Mr. Depp by name. And so what basically they did here is demonize her. And they were able to suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2012 of Amber reporting this to her therapist, for example. We had significant amount of texts, including from Mr. Depp's assistants, saying, when I told him he kicked you, he cried. He is so sorry. That didn't come in.
Is there any other way to interpret this verdict, though, that this jury, for whatever reason, and I hear you on some of the evidence that they didn't hear, listening to Amber Heard, did not believe a single word?
And that's because she was demonized here. A number of things were allowed in this court that should not have been allowed. And it caused the jury to be confused. We weren't allowed to tell them about the UK judgment. So the damages is completely skewed. There are no damages. It stopped at November 2, 2020, which is when the judgment came down in the UK.
Let me ask you about social media in this case. Unlike any celebrity case, certainly I've ever covered or ever seen, social media was a part of this. And it was incredibly lopsided and vitriolic against Amber Heard. Do you think that had an effect on the case?
Absolutely.
You think jurors were aware of it? They weren't supposed to be. They're admonished every single day. don't look at it. Do you think they did see it?
How can you not? They went home every night. They have families. The families are on social media. We had a 10-day break in the middle because of the judicial conference. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it. And it was horrible. It really, really was lopsided. And I appreciate your saying that. It's like the Roman Colosseum, how they viewed this whole case. I was against cameras in the courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Does your client want to appeal?
Oh, absolutely. And she has some excellent grounds for it. We even had tried to get the UK judgment in to dismiss his case because he already had his shot. And that's one of the issues, but also a number of the evidentiary issues. There was so much evidence that did not come in.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Finally, in closing arguments, Amber's team argued that this would send a message.